You're watching Fox 9 All Day.
Welcome back to Fox 9 All Day. Snowmobiling, winter, these things go hand in hand where we live. So we wanted to connect with one of the best snowmobile racers out there in the country. Joining me now is Dan Revering, a professional snowmobiler from Fergus Falls. Yes, we love Fergus. Are you live from your shop right now? Are you in Fergus?
Yep, in Fergus, right outside of town, in our race shop.
Love
right
it.
Here.
Yeah, I love it. Love that part of our beautiful state. All right, we appreciate you being here. I understand that you are a very big deal in the snowmobiling world.
You know, it's been a fun. This is our 10th year racing, my brother and I, and we had a big winner this one. I've got a couple big wins this winter, and then Charlie and I, we had a big win together actually this winter, and you can actually see right there, that baby. We've been staring at it for the last month now. So on February 1st, out in Michigan, Sault Ste. Marie, it's a 500-mile race one day, and my brother and I, Charlie, we ended up winning the whole thing. So. And
Dan, not to interrupt you, but I heard somebody had thrown around the word historic for that one.
Yep, it's a huge race. I mean, there's two big ones to win in the world, and the Iron Dog in Alaska's one, and the Sault Ste. Marie International 500 is essentially the other one, besides a couple smaller ones. But those are the two big ones, and we got the Sioux International 500 done this winter. Crazy, as brothers.
That's amazing. Yeah, and I love that. You know, this is in your family. This is in your blood. As we're taking a look at this video, there, as you probably know, are going to be a lot of people watching this who maybe aren't familiar with snowmobile racing, don't know how it works. How does a race work? I mean, what's the track like, the trail? What are the speeds, the categories, that kind of thing?
Yeah, so this type of race, it's a team race. You can race it individually if you want, but in this case, it's 500 laps, 500 miles. It's a 1 mile ice oval out in Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, and for 8.5 hours we do laps and we come in for pits. It's essentially the Daytona of snowmobile racing. So for 8.5 hours we battle, and there's about 50 sleds that try to qualify in, and they only take 36. And if you're there at the end of it, you try to race to the front, and pretty much the race starts in the last 100 miles. And we were there at 100 to go, and I got on the sled with the last 100 and drove it to the front and got a little lucky, and Charlie ran a clean race, and crazy to get that one done. My uncles actually raced it for 30 years, and you know they had maybe a top 5 here or there, but you know they never won. And my grandparents, they were there every weekend. My mom was actually on my uncle's team. She never rode out there, but she was a teammate, backup driver just in case.
Oh my
Never
goodness.
got on the track, but so yeah, pretty cool. Grandpa and grandma, they raced back in late 60s and early 70s, and then my mom, she raced, my uncles raced, and then now Charlie and I are just keeping it going. And it's pretty fun to just have my dad, Charlie, and I, and a couple other friends maybe come and help wrench, but mainly it's my dad, Charlie, and I just wrenching away in here and just kind of getting after it. And we're getting ready actually today. I'm loading up, gonna go up northern Minnesota and get ready, because next weekend it's the finale for the National Cross Country Circuit, and it's right in Ironwood, Michigan, actually at Mount Zion. So if you're not doing anything, Friday, Saturday, Sunday next weekend, we'll be there. And fortunate just to have the national circuit right here in the Midwest. You know, it's the biggest cross country circuit, and been fortunate to have several pro stock wins, and now we got the Sioux. You know, we got the Sioux win right there. So.
It's huge, and I guess I'm curious about conditions, because obviously, you know, we haven't had the kind of winter this winter or last winter that was conducive to snowmobiling anywhere. So you just got to go where the snow is, or what do you do when there's no snow?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, ski resorts, that's kind of what we're doing here this next weekend, because there is snow there, and they're fun actually. You know, it's a 3 to 5 mile course on a ski hill. You go up and down, and you do laps, and it's slower pace too. So it's the Core Power Sports Race Series. Take a look into that. That's the National Cross Country Circuit. So and if there's no snow, we do race on lakes too. It's a smooth track, Le Mans style, so you make left-handers, right-handers, and straightaways. But otherwise, we'll go right down the ditches too. That's cross country racing and run down the ditch and the trails. And so there's 3 different types of cross-country racing, actually.
Can I ask you about, so you mentioned 8.5 hours for that race that you were just talking about, and then you mentioned pit stop. So when I think about like NASCAR or Formula One, there's that pit stop, but the driver never gets out of the car. So are you ever off of the snowmobile at all for those 8.5 hours?
So Charlie and I, we do switch off. So I did the first 100. I started the race, and then he got on for 100. I did 100. He did 100, and then I did the last 100. So we do switch off. Sometimes, though, in the past, we've ran like 150 miles straight. So, but this year, it worked out great. We had no problems, which very rare to have in that international Sioux 500 race. So it was general maintenance, put some gas in, switch drivers, and motor to the finish.
Wow. Is it dangerous at all? Because the mom in me is looking at that going, oh man. Tell me about, I guess, have you had any bad crashes over the years, or is it relatively safe?
Yeah, it's a great question, and there's some risk involved too, but like my dad always says, and my mom too, just keep it within your capabilities. You start pushing it past your limits, and then that's when things happen. So keep it within your capabilities. It's a fast trail ride. I've had some bruises and bumps and separated AC joint. Nothing too crazy, knock on wood, just try to keep it within. And my brother's had a couple injuries too, so I mean, it happens too. That's, like any sport, there's risk of getting injured, but I'm just happy, like my dad, he says keep it within your capability and bring it back to the trailer. If you can drive it into the trailer, it's a good weekend for the family, and we get to hang out all weekend and as a family. So yeah, just it's fun to go fast, but yeah, you gotta stay safe too. It's just like walking down the street. You can't be stepping on potholes and breaking your leg either. So it's kind of just a little different, but.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a question on behalf of those people who love snowmobiles. They have one, they've had one maybe all their lives. What's the equipment look like? What kind of machine do you have? What kind of engine? Like or can you not say? It's a
Let's
secret.
take a peek, actually.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, so this is a trail sled essentially for cross country racing. So we just run them in the trails, and then if we go ice racing, we actually lower them down with the shocks like this. So then the shafts get a little bit more sucked up, and then the sled's just lower to the ground if you're ice racing. But ski hill, we're going to be actually having full suspension travel and hitting big bumps. And so yeah, it's kind of our whole shop actually. Your Charlie's 2 sleds there. I got 2 here. We got kind of our trophies on the wall and everything. There's the Sioux I-500 trophy. That's the Gerald Deerdahl Memorial Race. That's another big national cross-country circuit race to go to up by Gonvick, Minnesota. Got some of my mom's trophies over there actually. She's won a couple 500s back in the day, so it's just really fun. And then this last one here, this is Regan Neacrow. He's from Rincon Inlet, Nunavut, Canada, and he's actually come down here, and he's been racing with us this winter, and he's going to finish out the season with us. So
my goodness,
it's pretty cool to have Regan there and riding with us. Pretty fun. Yeah,
and Regan, that looks like a smaller snowmobile. Is Regan, how old is?
Regan's 22 years old, actually,
okay, so.
Yeah, and he reached out, and it is a 600cc, all of these are, but he reached out. He just wanted to live his dream and come race snowmobiles in the Midwest, and so he's been staying in Minnesota here with us and racing the national cross-country circuit with Core Power Sports. Pretty cool to have him down here. He's coming back. He's flying back here Wednesday, I think.
Okay, sounds good. I have so many more questions. We'd love to have you on again when you have some more accomplishments. And when's the season over? Coming up soon?
Yeah, next weekend is the last weekend of there's 3 days for Pro Stock, and I'm in second right now in the Pro Stock Championship.
All right,
so,
let's go.
Let's go get one. Haven't got one. Had some quite a few pro wins now, but just haven't gotten the championship done. So thanks for having us on. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. I hope this brings you a lot more fans that maybe would have never thought they'd be interested in something like this, because it looks really cool, and you're so accomplished. Everybody in your family, congratulations on all your success.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. We got a Facebook page, Team Rev Racing Dan Revering 101 if you want to check it out.
All right.
So thanks.
Dan Revering, appreciate your time today. Thank you. Good luck. All right, take care. Take a quick break. We'll come back and talk boys state hockey tourney, all the action on the ice, and everything that you can spend your money on across the street when we come back. Lauren's out there.